Did you see what happened to OKC's plane yesterday?
Yeah, that's scary,
Fucking pterodactyl.
dude. Well, if you're moving at such a fast speed, I mean,
Bird.
dude, that's crazy.
Like they didn't even know.
I bet, or they just caved in or something. That's crazy though. That's pretty heavy. It's aluminum, I think. You think? They're on like autopilot for the most. The fuck was that? Oh, can you get me Zendejas? Oh, actually, I have it. I don't think he's played. Never mind, I got it. I updated it. I'm smart. I did my prep. It was just those goals against this year. When's the last time he played? I think it's been a couple weeks. Like, can't you go to the USL page? Just like the overall USL page, you know what I mean? Did they hit theirs? Because he's a first team player. UC Davis Health brings you this USL semifinal matchup between the Swope Park Rangers
and the Sacramento Republic alongside former MLS defender Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. Well, let's rewind to a week ago. It was Evan Newton who was sensational in round 1 of the USL playoffs and would cap off his day with a penalty kick save to lead the 8-seeded Republic to victory and on to the semifinal round here today. Meanwhile, the Rangers from Kansas City also went to penalty kicks after 120 minutes. The fourth strike from Lilo Moloto would send the Red Hot Rising home, and Swope Park having an opportunity here to host a second round match. Kevin, let's take a look now at the playoff standings as we moved on here to the second round. A lot of surprises after that first week.
That's right, Rob. This bracket looks way different than many people predict. You had the 8 seed beating the 1 seed. You had the 6 seed beating the 3 seed. And what's really interesting for me is seeing these younger or these lower seeded teams come in and playing in these games where there's less pressure. And I always feel it leads to a much more free style of soccer. So it'll be interesting to see how these lower seeds do in these games. But also on the flip side, these higher seed teams sometimes feel that pressure. And it leads to a much more tighter style of play. So really tonight, I think the team that plays the most freely and relaxed is going to come out with the W.
Well, Sacramento, Swope Park, the first two on the agenda this afternoon. Let's take a look now at our Consolidated Communications matchup, and we begin with one of the best players in the USL this season, Carlton Belmar. 14 goals, that's a career high.
14 goals, 3 assists this year. Also, 2015 Rookie of the Year with Portland. Did Portland give up on him too early? Don't know, but really he's kind of found his form in KC, and really something tonight Sacramento needs to keep an eye on, someone Sacramento needs to keep an eye on, and really if they want to have a W tonight, KC, he's going to have to get on the score sheet.
Well, it's going to be a busy night for the center backs, no doubt about it, but also this guy right here, Evan Newton, 1.25 goals against average. He's on an all-time high.
Had a great game last week against Real Monarchs, did everything right, came out, challenged crosses nicely, saved some penalties obviously as well at the end of the game, and really I want to see him roll off this momentum he's created last week and have some confidence and get a clean sheet here tonight for Sacramento.
Well, it should be a good one. We'll have your full starting 11s coming up with the Swope Park Rangers, the Sacramento Republic, right here on the CW 31.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice, restore sight to those who otherwise would not see, empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
Shopping for energy products can lead to so many decisions. Wouldn't it be great if you had a trusted go-to spot? The spot is SmudEnergyStore.com, where you'll find the best products to help lower your bill, all recommended by your community-owned, not-for-profit SMUD. We're here to help with deals you won't find anywhere else. For a limited time, get this Nest thermostat with our $75 instant rebate. Shop with us at SmudEnergyStore.com.
It was the perfect Halloween until things got scary. Never trick or treat on an empty stomach. Home bake a large Papa Murphy's Jack-o'-lantern pizza for just $8. It's the perfect way to keep everybody happy, even little monsters. Papa Murphy's, love at 425 degrees.
Hey.
Get into the Halloween spirit with Good Day.
Call Curtis, winner of 2 Emmys, including Best News Reporter.
Have a consumer problem? No problem. Just go to CBS13.com/call Curtis.
Walk it up, header is in for Swope Park. They level the score.
Played back across nicely to goal. What a hustle play by Nation.
Moloto scores to win it for Swope Park.
He approaches and a save. A big save by Newton.
in the win a week ago.
Yeah, keep an eye on Espino as well out on the left. Want to see him on the ball as much as possible in that final third for Sacramento tonight.
So no changes for Paul Buckle from a week ago. He believes this is the winning group and see if they can get it done for a second consecutive week. Let's take a look now at Swope Park, and they've had a couple of changes, including James Musa returning from the first team, spent some time with them. The 25-year-old in the midfield for the Rangers.
Also, Adrian Zendejas, the goalkeeper, hasn't played in over a month, which is kind of concerning and interesting to see Swope Park decide to put him in the sticks here tonight.
And so Zendejas giving up 2 goals in his last appearance. Let's see if he can have a better outing tonight for the Swope Park Rangers. Well, the Republic and the Swope Park Rangers, 2 teams who have had some great success in the postseason. The Rangers going all the way to the final a year ago. They're hoping to repeat. They did it as a 4th seed a season ago. Can they do it again? They've got a tough task against the Republic here today. And we are underway here at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City. Number 4, number 8, and Swope Park will move from left to right, and Sacramento right to left here. The referee today is Remy Touchon. The Republic are coached by Paul Buckle in his 3rd season, Nikola Popovic in his 2nd season, and celebrating his 44th birthday. It's 11, hoping they can get a win for their coach who has directed them in a pretty good position, Kevin. This is a Swope Park team that continues to be one of that silent teams that many don't talk about, but yet the last 2 years here, they've been one of the best.
Yeah, very consistent in that top third of the Western bracket.
Here's Pasher deep into the attacking third, stumbling a bit. Horde gets to it, and Clementa clears it away.
But yeah, the Swope Park's been doing, the last 2 years, put together a really good run of form, and someone doesn't get a lot of play, doesn't get a lot of conversation, but are a good, solid side.
Golden Storm, low cross in. This is where they're dangerous. Moloto showing pace, Bijeb tracking, and they'll play advantage here. Leader in assist, Christian Duke.
I like that tackle from Bijeb right there. First minute, letting Musa know he's in for a game here tonight.
This is what you'll see from Swope Park for the next 90 minutes. Quick, short passes. They're going to own possession. They have the top percentage in terms of possession all season long in the USL. Sacramento right there as well. Our injury report tonight brought to you by UC Davis and Hayden Partain, who scored one of the PKs at the end of the victory, is out with an ankle sprain. Moffitt and Barrera, of course, continue to serve on the injured reserve for the Sacramento Republic. 2 big losses. They're trying to bounce back. As the 8th seed, they've struggled to get here, but here they are beating Real Monarchs, the #1 overall seed in the USL, and now they're in Kansas City for the round 2. Kevin, with that, let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match.
Yeah, keys to the match here in any sort of playoff game or elimination game, I always lean on set pieces and think that it's a huge part to this game. Who's going to win the set piece battle? Are you going to score a goal? Are you going to be solid defensively? I think that's a big thing to watch and a theme to keep an eye out here today. And also outside back play for Sacramento, I think is going to be real important. I want to see James Kiffey and Elliot Horde get up and down the flank as much as possible and keep serving balls in the box for your strikers. And then finally, goalkeeping. You had Evan Newton last week come out with a phenomenal game. Can he continue that run of form this tonight? And I think if Newton does have a good result, a good game, I think it's going to lead to really good things for Sacramento tonight.
This is something you should expect to see for this full 90 minutes. High pressure from the Swope Park side. Pasher, Moloto, and Belmar. A 3-headed attack. Paul Buckle talked about the importance of Jeremy Hall and Augustine Caceres tonight.
Yeah, this is the holding midfielders. I think the way Swope Park likes to play down through the middle of the park, through the spine, if you will. And I think Jeremy and Augustine Caceres are going to be important to kind of thwart that attack and try to force Swope Park out wide to use the flanks as much as possible, where they don't really have as much comfort as they do down the middle of the park.
Jedith, been a key part of this team, scored the tying goal in the 113th minute a week ago. He's in the center back position to the left of Adrian Zendejas. Zendejas, goalkeeper, allowing 1 goal per match in his 22 appearances in this 2017 campaign. Evan Newton, 1.25 goals against. Springing forward, Balmar along the touchline. Can he keep it in play? Back to Moloto. So good at his feet. He is one of the paciest players in the USL and had the game-winning strike against Phoenix on Sunday in a match that started on Saturday night, but due to inclement weather was postponed until Sunday afternoon. So while each of the teams played 120 minutes before it went to penalty kicks, It was a much different type of performance from what the Sacramento Republic had to face, being that they were in Sandy, Utah, and the elevation and having to play all those consecutive minutes in one night. Didier Drogba, the go-ahead goal in extra time, and then Swope Park leveling things up before that whistle. Here's James Kiffey. Over the top, good pace. Espino looking to bring it down. Excuse me, that was Wilson Nisha, who's back from injury, missed the last 6 games of the season. Here's Jeremy Hall moving forward. Jeremy Hall into the box, taken down just outside, and Gedic will blow the whistle as Jeremy Hall has drawn a foul from Swope Park, and a good break by the Republic.
A great penetrating run by Jeremy Hall, picking up that second ball. Not sure how much real contact he's drawn. It's a good touch right there. And you see Gedic come in. Gedic gets the ball. Very fortunate for Sacramento, in my opinion, for a call to be made right there on top of the box. In one of these positions, we've seen Sacramento be successful before. It's a little close, right outside the 18, so you can't be thinking pace here. All it is placement in my mind if you're trying to dip it over the wall. So we'll see who's standing over the ball, but a good penetrating run there by Jeremy Hall to set Sacramento up with a good opportunity here in the first 5 minutes. We talk about set pieces, right? Here's a great chance for Sacramento to try to capitalize.
Paul Buckles said they spent a lot of time on set pieces during this week in between matches.
So this is if I'm either Emma or Chris Christian, I'm going for actually trying to hit this ball far. Don't worry about the wall. Try to bend it around. You're not going to have much success dipping it over the wall.
It'll be Clementa. He'll drive it into that wall. It'll be rebounded.
It's just not enough space there for you to try to get that ball over the wall and bring it down into the crossbar, being so close to the 18-yard box. Those situations, I would have maybe elected to hit it with my laces and force the goalkeeper to make a save.
In those situations, we typically have seen Emre Clementa, the right-footed center back in this position, take the strike. It was a week ago, however. It was Chris Christian who had a pretty good look on goal in that set piece. It did not go through.
It's interesting seeing your 2 center backs being the 2 guys over the ball. Don't typically see that too often. You usually have your playmaker on top of the ball. But Emre has shown his class on set pieces more than once for Sacramento. But a good job by Swope Park right there with a good wall, a big wall, and stayed big and blocked Emre's free kick.
Swope Park came out the aggressors, owning possession early. Now it's Sacramento, who's had a bit of it. Now 2 teams, Kevin, that like to hold on possession, make quick short passes. Is now it's Bijev looking to move forward to the left side. James Kiffey so good on his crosses. Cuts it back in. Will take with his right foot, sends it to Horde, and Marr's going to look to track. Horde can't keep it in.
Yeah, Elliott shouldn't have waited for that ball to bounce. Try to take it out of the air. Would have put him in a better situation as opposed to letting the ball bounce.
Stay up to date with the USL playoffs. USL Coast to Coast. Mike Watts, Monday, 6 o'clock Pacific, Sirius XM FC Channel 85. They'll also air the game of the week, USLsoccer.com for dates and times. So both teams like to keep possession, dominate possession, short passes, but they do it in a much different way. Sacramento likes to get out wide. Swope Park likes to keep it in the middle. What do you like what Swope Park is able to do in terms of their possession game?
Yeah, I think what they do really well is going down the middle of the park and not necessarily using the channels and the flanks as much as Sacramento does, but doing that, I think they have the quality in the middle of the park and the technique to move the ball quickly 1 and 2 touches, which they do really well.
And here it is, Carlton Belmar with a good chance on goal. Stopped by Evan Newton just outside the 6, and a big save from number 1 for the Republic.
Yeah, right on cue, Rob, going right through the heart of Sacramento's defense. Swope Park does right there, and a great save by Evan Newton to keep this thing level at 0-0.
It all started back with Caceres' sloppy pass to Bijev. Bijev trying to thread it through on an angle ball to Wilson Nisha. And here's where Sacramento can get a little bit of trouble. Their center backs coming up into the final third. Bijev, who came on loan from Portland Timbers. I know you've expected a lot more from him. And at what point does he believe that he needs to become a featured player like he was in Portland? Because here's a team he stepped into that was already in the playoff race.
Yeah, Bijev came in with a bang, scored his first goal with the club. And I think he's played well, he's contributed nicely. I think you'd like to see him get on the score sheet a little bit more with some assists or goals. But still, I think the quality that Bijev has, the 3 guys up top, that little triangle between Sammy Ochoa, Bijev and Espino, I think, is still really, really dangerous. And the things he does off the ball, it's a hard challenge right there.
It's going to be
Pasher.
Going to be Pasher. So Tyler Pasher whistled for the foul against Elliot Horde.
But the thing that Bijev does nicely, I think he just makes the players around him better. And the quality on the ball, when he does get it, he doesn't dwell on it, which I like to see in that position. He takes 1, 2, 3 touches max, gets the ball off his foot, goes and gets it back. Would we like to see him on the score sheet more? Yes. Here's another look at this kind of late challenge by Pasher.
Interesting is Pasher very good out on the wing. He typically played that left back position, but by him going to the wings allowed Parker Marr to play that left back position, and they've been a much more formal club in that pairing. And Jeremy Hall coughing it up. Swope Park. Abel Maloto from South Africa, the 27-year-old, 7 goals, 4 assists on the year, has appeared in all but 2 regular season matches for this Swope Park side.
Swope Park's doing a nice job of putting pressure on Sacramento's back four early in this game. Not sitting back.
Here's Jay Hall. On the break, Swope Park, here they come. Out to the left is Pasher, the 23-year-old Canadian, moving into the area, gets beat. Out of play. Emma Clementa just a tad slow there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great build-up by Swope Park right there. Great ball out wide to Pasher. Pasher gets it on that left foot, that favorite left foot. But fortunate for Sacramento, Chris Christian kind of covering that back post, or covering Emma Clementa, as Emma's not able to get the block on. But a good build-up play from Swope Park, and really first 10 minutes so far, Swope Park's looking really dangerous going forward, and Sacramento needs to be able to kind of calm things down a little bit and control the ball better.
They make very good runs. Here's Felipe Hernandez, the 18-year-old academy player. Espino, another youngster and a bright future for Sacramento if he can stick around the capital city for a while. Luis Espino, just 20 years of age, brought on late in the season, and you've loved what you've seen from number 28 for the Republic. Sammy Ochoa, first touch for him today. You can hear it. Paul Buckle, move it quickly. Republic very effective a week ago against the #1 overall seed in the Real Monarchs. Here they play the #4 seed Swope Park in Kansas City. This game moved to the MLS Stadium. The first time Swope Park has played here since early 2016. A step in by Bijev and the whistle is blown. And a quick restart for Swope Park, who finished 58 points on the year. Republic with 46. Very good at home in Kansas City, 12-2-3. But the first time they're playing here at Sporting KC site. Get it in quickly. Christian Duke leads the team in assists with 7. Ball sent up. They're going to look for Carlton Belmar in a similar role, or Trevin Caesar you saw for the Republic this year. Belmar into the corner, getting just past Kiffey. They'll keep it along the touchline.
Great step by Bijev.
Much quicker pace here today than what we saw a week ago, Kevin. Angling ball, headed. Ochoa, back from Nisha. Ochoa, can he bring it down? Ochoa, the big swinging strike, just couldn't get it down, and that nearly went out of the stadium.
We're taking something really special from that angle from Ochoa to beat Zendejas. Still can't fault your striker for being ambitious and trying to put in something on target right there, but still I think the technique let Ochoa down.
Swope Park has been very good in Kansas City. They are 4-0 all time in the playoffs, dating back to last year where they won all 3 of their home matches. And they got a home draw in the second round after Sacramento was defeated by the 8-seeded Orange County. Went on to the USL Cup, lost to the New York Red Bulls 2. This year they say they're hungry for the cup. That's the only thing they had on their mind when the season started, was to get back and this time be the victors at the end of the year. Sacramento looking for other plans. A tumultuous season, up and down, but they ended up in the 8th seed and a big win a week ago at Rio Tinto. Quick touch here. Espino moving forward. Nisha just a tad late. Gidic gets to it. Out they come. Tyler Pasher now. And the Republic have got to be careful, as Carlton Belmar will never release his foot off that gas pedal. Kevin, him and Moloto up top, they're going to be one speed. That's going to be about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, you can see right now the first 15 minutes there, 100 miles an hour both sides of the ball, even defensively, putting a lot of pressure on Sacramento, making it difficult. It's a miscommunication right there between the back four and Evan Newton on that last play. But really, I think Moloto and Carlton Belmar are really making it difficult for Sacramento coming out of the back so far here in the first part of this game.
Pretty good get for Swope Park. Moloto over the Pittsburgh River Hounds a season ago, had 7 goals with Pittsburgh in 2015, but having his best year as a professional with Swope Park, and they've earned the 4th seed. Angling balls, quick 1-2 touch for Swope Park. It's been their bread and butter all season long. 55 goals scored, 5th best in USL. Their conversion rate, however, is 3rd best at 18%. "15 minutes gone by alongside Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. At Children's Mercy Park, the Rangers, the number 4 seed, the Republic, the number 8. And we want to thank all the fans watching our broadcast from home or at one of our several watch parties this afternoon. A huge thank you to our pub partners. Downtown Sacramento, we have De Vere's, Chando's Cantina, Sacktown Sports Bar, Brass Tap as well, Rice Beer Hall in Folsom, and Bull Wings Bar and Grill in Elk Grove. If you are interested in hosting one of these parties, you can reach out to the Republic should they move on to the next round. Big challenge here today against Swope Park. No changes for the Republic from a week ago. Nisha Ochoa up top. Bijev, Espino, Hall, and Caceres in the midfield. Horde, the right back. Clementa, Christian, the center backs. Kiffey, the left back, and Evan Newton, once again, the goalkeeper for Sacramento. Neither team has had a great opportunity. Sacramento did have the foul committed just outside the box as Jeremy Hall was angling toward goal. Amber Clementa's kick did not go. And Belmar had one decent opportunity. Bring it down, Colton Storm. Low cross in, defended well, Luis Espino. And he'll concede a corner kick, the second Chick-fil-A corner kick of the afternoon.
A good entry ball into Colton Storm right here. Great ball, good weight on it, good first touch, and good job by Espino tracking back. Only one real runner in the box for Swope Park with Pasher on the back post. Probably not too much to deal with, but still a good build-up play by Swope Park and good defensive play.
Short corner. Moloto dinks it in, over the top, headed. And out of play is again James Musa in the neighborhood.
That's a really good look for Musa. See him challenging with Bijev right there. I think Musa needs to do a little bit better right there. Probably bodied just a little bit by Bijev, but still kind of concerning for Sacramento.
Here's another cross, set in, dribbled around, just over the top. Evan Newton would have got to it, and Sacramento
bailed out.
Good word.
Bailed out. I mean, just once again, you got the big Gidic coming in on a corner kick after we had Musa win the last one. So I mean, very concerning on set pieces for these 2 corner kicks, as Gidic is just bigger and stronger than Chris Christian right there and hits the crossbar right in the upper corner. I mean, 6 inches different right there, a little bit lower. The ball's in the back of the net, and Sacramento a little bit too calm and casual, in my opinion.
Especially for Amir Gidic, 2 goals on the year, and he is a set piece specialist. A foul blown and against. It's going to be Sammy Ochoa, who's whistled, and the 31-year-old a little upset. Hasn't had quite the impact on this game that Paul Buckle had hoped early on here. Jeremy Hall has been effective. Here's Wilson Nisha. It's come out wide. So 3 corner kicks for Swope Park tonight. This afternoon anyway. Little quick tap here, giving a little chase. Elliott Horde takes one of the back from Djidic. We talked about the size and strength. Djidic at 6'4".
And those are the guys we talked about set pieces early in this game, how important set pieces are. So anytime you concede something anywhere near the box, all of a sudden it becomes a decent threat when you have guys that are good in the air like Djidic, Barnuthan, even Musa. Musa's a big guy as well. We saw him a minute ago get his head on the ball off a set piece. So, I mean, anything around the box, any foul, anything that's conceded, any set piece that's given, all of a sudden becomes much more dangerous because of the height threat that Swope Park has.
Swope Park, more than 17,000 passes, by far the leader in all of USL this season. They're very good at possession. And what's impressive to me, Kevin, is the way that they make their passes deep into the attacking third. This one's left up for Belmar. Belmar just along the end line. Gets to the feet, but back come to Belmar. Attacking here, Swope Park with a good opportunity. Belmar just outside the 18, dinks it up top, cleared away by Emra Clementa. Not out of danger quite yet. Sacramento having a little bit problem with clearance here. Nisha has to come up off the face of Maloto. Back to Belmar one more time.
Great pressure by Swope Park as well. You turn the ball over and still you get guys buzzing around up front, and look what you get out of that effort right there. You get another corner kick, and the last 2 corner kicks have been very dangerous for Swope Park. So love seeing that from those guys, and Sacramento needs to be able to figure it out, how to clear the ball better or retain possession and clear their line. But good second, third, fourth efforts by Swope Park to earn themselves another set piece.
Hernandez again. Drills this one into the area.
Great balls in the box, too. Great height by Hernandez on those and driven at a good pace. Once again, Djidic is probably in there challenging for that. But great set pieces by Felipe Hernandez.
Sacramento will take a little bit of time here. Republic are 6-8-3 on the road this year. Kevin, they had their troubles. They only had 5 wins going into last week on the road. What was the difference at Rio Tinto?
I think it was just a sense of there's no pressure on these guys. You're coming in, you're the 8th seed, you got no expectations. The Real Monarchs are so good at home. I think it just added to that thought. And maybe the Real Monarchs were a little bit complacent too, thinking that they were going to come in as going to be an easy game. But Sacramento's a good side, and I don't think their record necessarily supports, I think, how good of a side they are. I think the combination of those things really led to the victory for Sacramento. And they played calmly, they played freely, and I liked seeing that from Sacramento, kind of a different energy than we've seen for the majority of this season so far. And I want to see them continue to do that. Just a matter of finding that and sticking with it.
No team has dealt with injuries quite like the Republic in the Western Conference this year. Losing Adam Moffat, Danny Barrera, we've talked about that. We had Wilson Nisha out of time. There was no Trevin Caesar the last 2 games. He's back in the 18 here tonight, so at least Paul Buckle does have some firepower on the bench. Not only with Caesar, but with Tyler Blackwood, should he need to go to the bench and add some pace up top.
Yeah, you're right, firepower on the bench for Sacramento, which is going to be, it'll be interesting to see how this game shakes out. But if you do need to go get a goal, it's another poor turnover.
Moving forward, Maloto. Maloto to the right side, Belmar. Belmar, Maloto. Maloto along the touchline. Colton Storm will recycle it back. Last time these 2 teams met, it was a 2-2 draw. It was Tyler Blackwood late in the game with a cross from James Kiffey to tie it in the final moments. It was Swope Park's Mark Gonzalez in the 70th minute here in Kansas City earlier in the year. Overall, it's 1-0-2, a slight advantage for the Rangers. And it was a 1-1 draw a season ago. It was Cameron Owasa who scored, who now is on this Swope Park side, not in the 18 here today. So we will not see the former Republic player. I want to remind you, Nike is the official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. Running around here. Republic trying to make something happen. And out of play, and it will be a throw-in for the Swope Park Rangers. They play a 4-3-3, very aggressive. We've seen the pressure early on. They've stuck to this. We see Peter Vermes run it at Sporting KC. And it's something that this team is clearly trying to, from the academy to the USL side, to get them very high-functioning, high-possession games. And we do have some audio technical difficulties from Kansas City here. We'll get those fixed as soon as we can. Jeremy Hall into the midfield. Jeremy Hall pushed down from behind. It'll be a whistle blown by Remy Touchon.
Really talk about that 4-3-3 formation that Swope Park has. I think for the best way to try to break that down and have a control of this game is really you need your outside backs to get further up the pitch and force the guys like Tyler Pasher or Carlton Belmar. It's a good chance for Sacramento to break through here.
Elliot Horde just outside the 18, moving against Marr. Will try to send a low cross in, looking for Wilson Nisha. Broken up, still in the 18, still a chance for Sacramento. Looking for a handball, and Wilson Nisha and Elliot Horde a little bit beside themselves after the call coming from Remy Touchon.
You're going to look right here. It's a great little step by Marnuthan right here. Just gets his toe on it right there as Nishaw's just waiting to pounce on it. But good positioning there by Swope Park. But want to go back to how Sacramento really needs to break this down. I think they need to get the ball possessed higher up in the field and really get your wing backs involved, which then will force Swope Park's wingers to track those guys back. And then all of a sudden you got a shift in momentum, and eventually majority of the ball is going to be in that final third for Sacramento. So see a great little turn there by Bijev. So really want to see Sacramento try to get their wing backs involved and get the ball further up the pitch and get Swope Park to start thinking defensively first rather than thinking offensively, because they're on their front studs right now, controlling the majority of this game.
And they've used some of that physical play in the midfield to try to control the game. And now Espino and Horde trying to pick up their physicality. And not as big of the players. So if you're a smaller player, Kevin, and you dealt with it at your time in MLS, when someone's smaller than you, how do they try to use their lack of height as an advantage?
I mean, you always want to be a little bit bigger, a little stronger than the guy, but sometimes when you get these smaller guys, I mean, really like their low center of gravity, and as a taller player like I was, you have to be able to deal with that quickly and not try to use your physicality 1v1 against them, but really like their low center of gravity becomes something difficult to deal with in their first couple of steps, typically being really quick. You have to be a little bit smarter than them, a little bit quicker thinking as well.
Foul called against Moloto as a step in on Horde. And the crowd in KC doesn't like it. Here's Bijev breaking from the pack for a moment, looking to the middle of the park. Letting it through was Ochoa. Gidic to it. Not much of a header here, bringing it down. Wilson Nisha. Here's Bijev. And Bijev with a strike, and it's saved. And may have been offside first. And there is the official. Flag is up, but a good look from the Sacramento Republic on that possession.
Good job going forward. Bijev starts that off. You see him, he's just offside probably, as Augie's in there getting involved, and still not really much challenging. Not much of a challenging shot from Bijev, and Zendejas dealt with it nicely. Oh.
Here's a chance. Ochoa, can he get past Zendejas? And it's nearly sent away and cleared into the back end line by the Swope Park Rangers. A big mistake by Adrian Zendejas, and Ochoa just couldn't make him pay for it.
Yeah, you see him right there. Barnunton right there just isn't seeing anything. And I tell you what, you're not going to get a better opportunity right there. If you're Sammy Ochoa, you got Zendejas charging out. All it takes is a good first touch, and you're around the goalkeeper, and just a simple pass in the back of the net. I think that first touch let Sammy Ochoa down right there. But if you're Sacramento right now, you're not going to get a better chance. Against the run of play, try to steal one here in the 30th minute or so. Would have really flipped this game on its head.
First corner kick for the Sacramento Republic, and it's James Kiffey, the left foot. He has been so good for the Republic on set pieces this year. Needs some help. See if they can get one in at the half-hour mark in Kansas City. Wafted in. Christian comes to play, and two Republic players colliding on that back post. And Christian nearly had a wide open corner there to slot it through and could not make it happen.
Yeah, he's seen Zendejas coming here. Look at he's trying to hail a cab. He's got no idea what's going on. And between the two of those guys, Espino and Christian right there, there needs to be communication. Doesn't look like either guy's really communicating with each other right there. And both of them had a decent look. And at the end of the day, I think both of them really distracted each other from either of them doing something solid with that chance.
And I think Christian would have been better off probably going to head with that as well, as it was quite a high boot to try to bring that back down in time. So either way, half hour gone by, no score.
Yeah, in these games, I mean, playoff, these must-win knockout games, you've got to take your chances. And there's two legit good chances for Sacramento right there.
Pasher turning into the area, just outside, sends a cross in, has it blocked by the Republic. You watch a week ago, and on that Sunday part of the contest, Phoenix outplayed Swope Park for the majority of that time. Nenzo Sabol came in, the 20-year-old Nigerian, changed the pace for Swope Park and got them in a better position and ended up tying things up from Amir Djidic. But it was Phoenix who owned most of that match. And they did it by spraying it out wide and taking advantage of mistakes. They didn't take advantage of enough of them. Swope Park moves on. Sacramento comes to Kansas City now looking for their second upset of the tournament. And how about Phoenix, one of the hottest teams in USL? 8-1-1 in those final 10 games, the only loss coming to the Republic. Big win for Swope Park. Popped up, chance here, out wide. Brings it down. Deep into the end line toward Evan Newton. Few touches for Newton here today. USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date, USLsoccer.com at USL. Parker Marr with a pretty good look here, Kevin.
Kind of a good little piece of skill down there, getting it up in that attacking third, and tries to serve a ball in the box.
Angle's going to be tough, but keeping pressure on the goalkeeper is something Swope Park does so well. Hall into the midfield. Here's Bijev's got a little bit of space. This is where he can be so dangerous. Bijev's going to go for goal into the gut of Zendejas.
Not a bad effort there by Bijev, and I'm not too upset with it, really. He didn't have too many runs. He had Espino out to his right, but maybe trying to catch Adrian Zendejas sleeping a little bit, and good build-up. Still, I think it needs that. You need to have a body or two more up in that final third for Sacramento to really penetrate into that back four for Swope Park. And even before that, you want to see Sammy Ochoa take that ball in the half turn. He's still got his back to the goal and has the ability to be on that half turn to take that ball forward rather than backward on his first touch. And those little things through the course of the game start to add up. And want to see guys like Sammy Ochoa take the ball in the half turn, Espino on the half turn, and think forward first.
Sammy Ochoa, 31 years of age, 8 goals, 6 assists, led the Republic in goals scored this year. And a player who was in and out of the lineup. But toward the end of the season, Paul Buckle has had a lot of faith in him and what he's been able to do.
Yeah, Sammy, been in and out of the lineup. Guy who's seen a lot of minutes, played in a lot of different leagues. Knows it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Don't get down on yourself when you're taken out of the game. And really one of those guys that's turned more of a provider. Has a lot of assists this year, which has been surprising. But he's a guy, I mean, the quality on the ball, and we talk about that triangle between him, Bijev, and Espino. I think when those guys are connecting, they're on a different level than a lot of other players in the USL. And if you get them around each other often, good things typically happen when they move the ball quickly.
We saw in that first match they featured in together, and it was a big win for the Republic. Can they make some magic here happen in the semifinals in the Western Conference, taking on Swope Park, number 4 overall seed, and a team with a goal differential of +18 this year. Sacramento just +2. and really struggled defensively, but we saw some of those droughts where they couldn't score as well. Swope Park has been a quietly very good team throughout the year, and many didn't have this team circled on the calendar when it came time to play the Rangers, but they're making headway here. Here's Colton Storm moving his way in, not being touched, finally broken up by the center backs for the Republic. Too far into that final third, and that's where Swope Park will live and die, and they're not able to convert on this possession, but Sacramento now moving it forward, and look at Ochoa going for goal. Ochoa, just a bit of a gamble there, and then Zendejas playing the sun a little bit. Well, maybe Ochoa thought he might get caught looking at the big, bright light in the sky.
Good effort there. I mean, really, once again, Ochoa, he's got no one up there with him. It's a chance for Sacramento to break, and yet it seems to be when Sacramento has a chance to break, you got your midfielders that want to take a rest and get their breath caught because they've been chasing the ball for 35 minutes. And really, Swope Park's doing a great job of winning the second balls and keeping that ball in their attacking third, in Sacramento's defensive third. And Sacramento's got to figure out a way to possess the ball better coming out and build out of that, seeing as they're not wanting to counterattack either.
Pasher along the left side. Parker Marr all the way into the left back position.
It's too slow of a break. Once again, another turnover.
And what's Wilson Nishaw's role? You want him to be up, but he also has had to get back a few times to help on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, you got to feel it through the course of the game when you're needed to defend more. But right now, I think Sacramento needs him to stretch the field. You know, stretch the field a little bit more. Go there whenever there's a chance to break. You want to see him just absolutely a sprint to get himself involved with Sammy Ochoa to provide some support.
Been lacking early. Pasher just outside the 18 to Marr. Marr sends a low cross in, bubbles around. James Kiffey. Swope Park looking for a handball.
Interesting there by Chris Christian to let this ball go. Looks like he's got an opportunity right here. It's a good overlapping run. Looking for, see the hand motion there by Chris Christian. Probably thinking Evan Newton should come out and grab it. Just not on the same page once again, those two.
Paul Buckle said very sharp week. He said the guys were focused. Energy was very high. What is training the week? How does that typically translate to a game?
I mean, training the week at this point is kind of like anyone's game.
Ball lofted in, back post, looking. Swope Park with an opportunity. Jeremy Hall able to poke it free. Colton Storm angling ball. Very good right back, drafted 14th overall for Sporting KC in the offseason. A player to keep an eye on. He will likely be in that 18 for SKC coming soon. Here's Nisha.
Too many touches. But really, I think, Rob, to answer your question, the week leading up to this, I think you want to see just a free, relaxed, confident team. You know, nothing uptight. You want to see him, you know, a good attitude, a happy attitude. I think that leads to the best results, you know, when you come to these sort of matches that are win or go home.
Bijev in the middle of the park, looking for Ochoa. Back to Bijev. Right side is Horde. Angling in. Horde with a good opportunity with a cross for Sacramento's Nisha. Nisha won the rebound. Again, it's blocked by that back line from Swope Park. For the third time today, they've come up with an opportunity and unable to convert.
Yeah, good ball pulled across the back here towards that penalty spot right there. Nisha's got Musa coming in to deal with. And another opportunity right there blocked. It looked like it might have been Barnuthan or Gidic, but still great play, great build-up play by Sacramento. Good to see that, and also good defending by Swope Park, doing a good job of making their bodies big and dealing with that cross as that ball got in behind.
Here's Bijev.
Swope Park's back four.
Bijev looking for up over the top. Well, for our fans at home, you can follow live stats and more. Twitter is where you can find it. SPRVSAC is a hashtag you'll want to use. Also, USL Cup playoffs at hashtag USL Playoffs at Sac Republic FC. Both sides tonight, this afternoon I should say, have had a few opportunities. None have had the golden opportunity to just get one through. Nearly 40 minutes gone by. We remain scoreless at Children's Mercy Park. And a yellow card is going to be handed to Parker Marr, the first yellow card of the afternoon by Remy Touchon. Another look at it, and just goes right to the throat of Espino. An easy call for Remy Touchon. And possession so far owned 63-37 by Swope Park. Hall, quick ball. James Kiffey. Here comes the pressure from Swope Park. Belmar, who's dropped back. And now Felipe Gonzalez Hernandez comes up.
You can see Swope Park just creep up, and here we are creeping up and picking the ball up in that position right there, causing fits for Sacramento out of the back. Way too easy for Swope Park.
On the ground, big collision, and James Kiffey may be hit with a yellow card here in the 41st minute.
I think James Kiffey's unlucky here. It's like a 50-50 challenge right there, and Kiffey gets there a little bit before Belmar. I'm gonna look at it right here. Bit of a shove right there, and unfortunate for Kiffey, as Belmar didn't even see Kiffey coming. Takes that shoulder right on the chin. Kiffey does step into it a little bit. It's a bit harsh, but here we talk about these set piece opportunities. Anything in and around this final third turns into something that Sacramento has to deal with because the height that Swope Park has.
Good exchange here from Kiffey and Belmar, as Belmar took one to the chops there. But here, you're right, Kevin, this is the point in which games have switched in their favor several times this year for Swope Park, where they have been deadlocked. Here they are again. Colton Storm, quick start from Hernandez. Back to Storm along the touchline, and Espino's speed gets there in first. Which is underrated about Luis Espino. At just 20 years of age, Kevin, is the mental side of his game. He knows where to be a step or two ahead. And with a few years more in the books for him, in terms of experience, you feel like he's going to get better and better. Great pickup for the Republic. He's with Atlas in the second division side before coming to the Republic here late in summer.
That pressure coming from back from either Belmar or Moloto really caused some issues for Sacramento. Building out of the back, but really Sacramento building out of the back, building with their back four and their two holding midfielders, can't get the ball into any of their attacking players when they possess the ball. And this is a position in the park where the Sacramento's had a lot of issues. There's not many people making runs, making themselves available.
Driven angle ball from Christian. Looking for the second. Republic weren't there. Swope Park will send it back to Zendejos. Swope Park's Darren McLeod stepped in as the goalkeeper in the win against Phoenix. Came up with a big save and penalties. Just his 5th appearance on the year, and it was Adrian Zendejas who spent the last month with the first team Sporting KC, but did not feature. And this is out of play here. We talked a little bit about concern for Nikola Popovic in putting a goalkeeper that hasn't seen a lot of action here. He hasn't been tested quite yet, but as the game goes on, that can only be a better sign for Swope Park. Horde looking to find something, and this is out in play, and it'll be a throw deep into the attacking third for the Republic. Mirjitic has been all over the turf tonight. Christian Hall. Kippy's got a little bit of space to his left. Clementa doesn't find him.
8 touches, Clementa right there. There's too many touches. You got to move the ball quickly. Just move it to the side. Go get it again. You can't have 8 stand on the ball for that long. So he does it again here. It's just move the ball and go get it. Opens up lanes, opens up channels for Sacramento. It needs to be quicker out of the back. I think that's really been the big issue here in the last 20 minutes in terms of build-out play for Sacramento.
Bijev, Ochoa holding. They got to send it back one more time. Clementa. And we have one more minute of stoppage time for you this first half of play, brought to you by Gilmore Services. Your dependable HVAC company, Gilmore is the place to call. Sacramento may be looking to hold on possession here for the final 30 seconds or so, get out of the half, leave this scoreless. Each side has had a couple of good opportunities. Sacramento be able to respond in the second half, or they look to get one more. Quick touch, looking for an overlapping run, sends it out. Parker Marr, will they get there first? And it's going to be a Republic corner kick just before the end of the half. May be the final play here from Children's Mercy Park after the first 45 minutes of play. Here's James Kiffey. Can he make magic happen here for the Republic? Send them in a positive direction as they head into the locker room. Clementa making a back post run. This one's short. And that is the whistle. 46 minutes and some change in the books. No score from either side. The number 4 Swope Park Rangers hosting the number 8 seed Sacramento Republic. And they'll play 45 minutes more to try to decide this one. And if not, we're going to extra time for a second consecutive week. Should be a great second half. Don't go away. We've got a good halftime show coming up for you right here on the CW 31.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice. Restore sight to those who otherwise would not see. Empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
Hi, I'm Allie from Live 105. Ask me about my Honda. I was a dog walker in San Francisco. Now I am co-host on a morning show. Don't throw me under the bus again.
The go-to excuse for people not showing up on time is car trouble. It's nice to know that Allie can never use that excuse.
When I talk to my friends and family, I always recommend Honda.
Looking for a reliable car to impress all your best friends? Get Allie's story and a rocking deal on the new Civic at your Northern California Honda dealer's Facebook page.
It was the perfect Halloween until things got scary. Never trick or treat on an empty stomach. Home bake a large Papa Murphy's Jack-o'-lantern pizza for just $8. It's the perfect way to keep everybody happy, even little monsters. Papa Murphy's, love at 425 degrees.
Here we are, our eyes wide open. We see the road ahead. We're part of something bigger. We're the dreamers, the heroes, the ones who change our communities, build our cities, are passionate about compassion. There are more like you here than unlike you. So take hold and see yourself in the present. See that vision unfold among others. Redefine the possible. Redefine you.
From Children's Mercy Park, we're at halftime. Swope Park, nothing. Sacramento, nothing. And let's take a look at our first half highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda Dealers. And a couple of opportunities for each team in this one. And early on, it would be Swope Park. A couple of chances, probably the best look there, Belmar and company right there in the neighborhood, and James Musa just couldn't put it through.
And right after that ensuing corner kick, you got a great look here. Gidic getting up, just hitting right on the top of the crossbar. And a very happy Evan Newton sees things sail out for another goal kick.
A little bit dangerous place for Swope Park, but Sacramento have a couple opportunities on their own. This one just poked away defensively. Dakota Bernathan and Amir Gidic have been great in the center back position here in that first 45.
Very solid. Here's the chance of the game. Sammy Ochoa, first touch just lets him down. No one happier than Barnuthan right there. Just a poor first touch by Sammy Ochoa. That should be buried in the back of the net. And this game's completely flipped on its head if that happens. And here's the second quick look right after that. You see Chris Christian's frustration, and I can sympathize with him a little bit. Espino needs to see, gets his head up a little bit, or get his head up a little bit and see Chris Christian's crashing that back post. And then once again, from this right side, a great look coming back to Wilson Nishaw. Nishaw just can't get it past the blockade of Sporting KC players, or excuse me, Swope Park Rangers defend really nicely right there and do a good job in this first half of making it difficult for Sacramento.
So each team with a couple of good looks there. We did have 2 yellow cards handed out as well. One is James Kiffey in a pretty tough collision here, and just really not at fault there. An accident nonetheless. Parker Marr was handed one a few minutes before that. So let's take a look at our first half stats, and possession is something Swope Park loves to dominate. So if you're any moral victories, that's something Sacramento did a pretty nice job of, even though the pressure from Swope Park was pretty good. Really nothing that tells a story here in the first half match stats.
And I think, I mean, this stats is these stats are very misleading in my opinion. I think Swope Park has had the dominant run of form here for the entire 45 minutes, and Sacramento need to go in the locker room and readjust and figure things out, because I think right now Swope Park's looking really good and really dangerous.
So it will be an exciting 45 minutes of play. Sacramento was knotted at 0 against Rio Tinto. They pulled out the victory a week ago. Can they do it again? Should be a tough battle between these two sides. Stay tuned. More of the halftime show coming up after this.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
The Roseville Auto Mall is a car buyer's dream come true.
The buying experience was really quick, easy. It made us feel comfortable and actually appreciated. I'm ecstatic about what happened today.
The selection of factory-certified vehicles has never been better.
And I was amazed at the inventory.
There's thousands to choose from at this huge sales event.
The best part for me is getting a good deal.
Factory certified means savings at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
Crunch Fitness, the gym where no judgments rule. Here, you do you. Free to stretch, sing, run, skip, squat, lift, whatever, from the minute you walk through our door to the high five you get on your way out. We bring on the sweat with a zillion classes, shiny stuff, heavy stuff, and the personal training you need to feel awesome. And with no long-term commitments, you get all this without stressing your budget. Join for just $9.95 a month.
It was the perfect Halloween until things got scary. Never trick or treat on an empty stomach. Home bake a large Papa Murphy's Jack-o'-lantern pizza for just $8. It's the perfect way to keep everybody happy, even little monsters. Papa Murphy's, love at 425 degrees.
Is your SUV smart enough for California?
It can actually turn it on.
It is if it's a Ford. with the ability to respond to your touch, react to what's behind your vehicle, and lend an extra hand. Ford Escape, Edge, and Explorer. That's California smart.
Get 0 for 60 on our full line of SUVs, or get $5,000 total cash on Edge.
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice, restore sight to those who otherwise would not see, empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
Hi, I'm Allie from Live 105. Ask me about my Honda. I was a dog walker in San Francisco. Now I am co-host on a morning show. Don't throw me under the bus again.
The go-to excuse for people not showing up on time is car trouble. It's nice to know that Allie can never use that excuse.
When I talk to my friends and family, I always recommend Honda.
Looking for a reliable car to impress all your best friends? Get Allie's story and a rocking deal on the new Civic at your Northern California Honda dealer's Facebook page.
Shopping for energy products can lead to so many decisions. Wouldn't it be great if you had a trusted go-to spot? The spot is SmudEnergyStore.com, where you'll find the best products to help lower your bill. All recommended by your community-owned, not-for-profit SMUD. We're here to help with deals you won't find anywhere else. For a limited time, get this Nest thermostat with our $75 instant rebate. Shop with us at SmudEnergyStore.com.
Score Swope Park Rangers Sacramento here as it's Sporting KC's home site. The USL side playing the MLS side here, but no score after 45 minutes of play as we move on here closer to the second half. But as you know, every city has great fans, but what we have all witnessed in the support and passion from the Sacramento Republic FC fans is nothing short of indomitable. Earlier this week, Sacramento Republic FC announcing that they received 10,000 commitments from season ticket from fans. This would become an unprecedented number for the USL club should the Republic be granted MLS rights in December. But not surprised for most of us that have called Sacramento home for so many years. The support from the fans and the give back from the players has been truly remarkable. But since that opening night back in 2014 at Hughes Stadium, Republic FC has led the league in multiple categories, including sellouts, ticket revenue, and merchandise. And we all remember what a great year that was, and it's continued here. As numbers aside, the passion, the chants, the cheers, and swagger of the Republic have propelled this club on the pitch as well as off of it as well. And as we know, fans don't always need to be at home to hang out and cheer on their boys in Old Glory Red. Plenty of watch parties from all across the region, and even some making the trek no matter where the Republic playing there. And that's a great opportunity for each and every fan to celebrate. Sometimes you get lucky and you get to hang out in the locker room on a big win like that. If you make the journey to Salt Lake, I guess that's exactly what you get to do. So let's take a look now. Here is the bracket for the USL Cup playoffs 2017. The Republic with a big upset in the story of the year so far. The upset last week in Salt Lake City. Here they are taking on Swope Park. But we do have a big match coming up later on this afternoon, and the winner of this one will be watching it closely. It's number 2 seed San Antonio and number 6 seed Oklahoma City, as the 7 seed Oklahoma City And Kevin, as we know, this is two teams that have had quite a battle over the years. And here in an opportunity, the best side could come out of this one. San Antonio has a playing host to the neighbors of the north. San Antonio's Cesar Elizondo and Ever Guzman may be called again as they came up with big goals a week ago. And Kevin, there's really been no one playing better toward the end of the year, as San Antonio has been red hot, but they've got a team that they're coming in here to face today, OKC Energy, who has been on a tear, 5 straight wins now. They've been simply fantastic in taking down Reno a week ago.
Yeah, going into Reno, winning's no easy task. 5 straight wins. I mean, those are big numbers to think about, especially talk about momentum that you can start building going into the playoffs. But San Antonio, I tell you what, they've rode their defense all season, had really, really good first half of the season. I mean, with very few goals being conceded. And now you're starting to see that attack kind of pick up for them. And it's going to be an interesting game to see who can come out on top over there on that side of this bracket, because 2 good sides and two teams that are really rolling into these playoffs with momentum. And it's all you can ask for, really.
Well, it's been quite a battle between the 6 matches of the 2 sides. Only 1 win, and that has come by OKC. So a good one in San Antonio coming up at 5 o'clock Pacific here, as the winner will go on to the Western Conference Finals. And again, what a great scene we've seen around Sacramento throughout this weekend and building up. There was talk about having the game here at Papa Murphy's Park, which was going to be something I know many fans were looking forward to. Got switched back to Kansas City, being played at Children's Mercy Park instead. But how about the watch party locations? It's such a fun atmosphere, and we've seen what it's like out there, Kevin. As a player, I know you're not here, you don't hear it, but do you feel the energy and the buzz when the whole city is behind it? You played in Portland, where the Timbers were one of those clubs that had the entire city behind them.
Yeah, I mean, I think building up to the week, it kind of fuels your tank a little bit to know that, you know, the fans back home are going to be supporting you and kind of battling it out with you. And we don't get too many opportunities, you and I, Rob, to go watch games at these the watch parties. I've done 1 or 2 in the last couple of years, and they're fantastic to go out to the bars, to the restaurants, you know, hang out with the fans, and the energy is absolutely second to none in those places. It's a really special sort of atmosphere. And I know the guys, our guys in Old Glory Red here today, are thankful for everybody back home tuning in and watching and supporting them.
Well, let's take a look now, Kevin, as we talked about your Chevy keys to the match earlier on today, and some of the things that you wanted to see in this club. I know you weren't extremely thrilled for what we saw in that first 45 by Sacramento, but how do they get their energy back up and make something happen here in the last 45?
This is one of those tricky ones. I think we're kind of reverting back to what we've seen during the struggling times, the struggling periods for Sacramento this year, where it just seems like everyone's waiting for somebody else to do something. I think Paul's going to need to go in. He's got to get his coaching staff together to think of a strategy here, because right now I'm not feeling very confident after the first 45 minutes. I think Swope Park had the majority of the play. We looked more dangerous going forward. Sacramento was almost able to nick one, but you know, I don't know what the answer is. I think it comes down to individuals on this team here for Sacramento to step up, put on their big boy shoes, and go out there and win their individual battles, connect with the team, and work hard for 45 more minutes and be the one that's going to go out there and influence this game in a positive way. And that's really what I think it comes down to. You can talk tactics till you're blue in the face, but what it comes down to is who wants to go out there, who wants to win today. What guys in Sacramento are going to be the ones that are going to come up and step up.
Here we go. The begin of the second half is now underway from Kansas City. Swope Park in Sacramento locked at 0 after the first 45 minutes of play. Tyler Pasher, who's been fairly as effective, but I think Swope Park's going to want a bit more from him here, try to open things up. We saw the pressure from Malotto, from Musa, from Belmar. How can Sacramento counter? If you're Swope Park, how do you get one of those opportunities to break through? Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister for you. Temperatures low 50s here today in Kansas City. Storm looking up. Here's an opportunity for Swope Park. Here's Pasher, and parried away, an opportunity, and it's a goal for Swope Park. Carlton Belmar on the rebound. Evan Newton couldn't swallow it up, and just like that, out of the gate, the Republic's issues from the regular season have come to haunt them. as they give up a goal in the first minute of play in the second half.
Yeah, what we talked about, I mean, you nailed it perfectly. Nothing really too difficult to deal with. Got to get pressure on the ball better right here. A good ball over the top, not dealt with well by your center backs at all. Both are colliding. Evan Newton parries it straight into the path of Belmar. Newton probably needs to deal with that better too. You see just peeling in from the back, Pasher is. And you get your two center backs who can't, communicate. I mean, I can't even begin to talk where the mistakes. There's so many mistakes on that play. And even going back to the first few minutes of a half, the last few minutes of a half, you've got to come out there and play well, and you can't concede. And Sacramento climbing it back a huge hill right now, conceding a goal in the first minute of the second half.
So Carlton Belmar, number 15 overall in the 2017 season, a career high for number 90 from the Swope Park Rangers. And now Sacramento in a bit of trouble as they're going to have to win this thing. Come from behind opportunity, which is a chance they have had very few of.
And once again, Rob, we talk about where Swope Park's most dangerous, and that's right through the spine of the field. Comes right through the middle of the park. A good little diagonal run from Pasher just in behind Elliott Horde. And Elliott's unable to put a body on him, unable to break that run, and then can't communicate well enough with Chris Christian.
And communication issues have seemed to plague this team here in this second round matchup. Swope Park hungry for more just outside the area. Belmar going to take another crack at it into the feet. That appeared to be offside. But the attack is relentless from Swope Park. They couldn't break through in the first 45 minutes of play. They do this time around. James Kiffey and company had to figure out what to do here.
I'll tell you what, Pasher too. I mean, great little run by him on the goal. And one of those players we've seen all year who's looked really good. And the fact that you can put him up as a winger, play him at left back. If you're KC, if you're Swope Park, or if you're Sporting right now or a fan, I think Pasher is one of those guys that I think has some really, really good potential and a good future if he stays healthy.
So Sacramento down a goal. 46th minute is when it struck. Just wide open. We saw it in the highlights earlier. Carlton Belmar, while good at his feet, good moving forward, he's been very good on second chances for the Swope Park team this year.
Yeah, finds himself in a really good position, follows that run, follows that ball into Pasher on the opposite side of the pitch almost. Puts in that little extra energy and effort. And I kind of hinted on it as we were starting here. What's it going to take for Sacramento? It's going to take those extra efforts, and you see a Swope Park doing that, not Sacramento.
Left side, Tyler Pasher. Pasher moving 1v1 with a shot on goal, sprays it across the face of goal, and Sacramento lucky to not be down 2-0 after that brilliant break by the Swope Park Rangers.
How quick this happens too. Once again, right through the middle of the pitch. Pasher, you see the pace right here. Pasher, this shot absolutely lets him down right here. You got the far post is wide open for you. He just looks like he takes his foot off the gas, in my opinion, a little bit right there. Doesn't hit that with conviction. Pasher does right there. Unfortunate for Sacramento still in this game, as that would have been an absolute dagger for them to deal with if that ball goes in the back of the net.
You're Paul Buckle. When are you starting to think Tyler Blackwood, Trevin Caesar, and think about someone who could maybe get behind that back line?
45 minutes ago, being honest, I mean, really, it's at this point, you got to figure out how to. Just another silly giveaway. I mean, really, you got to have the possession to be able to find that ball in over the top. In my opinion, right now the possession's not even there. So my first thought is, how can you sort things out to retain possession, stop giving the ball up so easily to Swope Park, win the second balls, and then you can start thinking about linking up with somebody, maybe even finding Wilson Nishaw, because Wilson's got the pace to do that. He just hasn't been able to make those runs because he's playing defensively so much because Sacramento can't keep the ball.
Looking for an answer here. Sacramento will not be relieved of any pressure from Swope Park. Belmar and Pasher, as well as Maloto, have been relentless all afternoon. But we've seen this team before come back, tie games, take the advantage. Kevin, this is a club that is not one that will shy away, even though they're down a goal, as Jeremy Hall, and a little bit of a conversation here, and Remy Touchon, the referee tonight, breaking things up. But it's a club that hasn't panicked when they've gone down a goal. If that's the bright spot you see here, that might be the one glimmer of hope.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think we've seen it a few times this year, considering, you know, how many times they've conceded in the first minute of the game or the first minute of the half, the second half, and they fought back and shown character. So we've seen it before. Can they continue? Can they do it again? We'll find out.
It's the 44th goal allowed by Sacramento this season. James Kiffey is going to strike this one. Good opportunity here. Zendejas has it dropped to the 18. Ochoa can't get inside. Sacramento will hold on to possession here.
Interesting decision there. You only have really one or two runners in the box.
Looking for a switch, looking for Bijev. Battling with Colton Storm. Throw for the Republic.
Sacramento's fortunate to get that. I think that's definitely off Bijev. Bijev even thought it was as he's walking away.
Republic 3-3 all time in the playoffs in USL play. Look at Moloto continuing to pressure. There'll be no easy passes for the Republic for the remainder of this one. You would think that Swope Park would even sit back and try to hold on to this one. Not the case, Kevin. They've continued to put that pressure on that back line that they're looking to score.
Yeah, we didn't see this from Swope Park the last couple times we played them, but they're definitely a high line of confrontation that they've set, and they're really putting pressure on the back four, making it difficult. I think that's been really a key to their success tonight, by being able to put that pressure on. You haven't allowed Sacramento to get comfortable, to move the ball into that final third with ease. Everything that they've been doing, Sacramento's been difficult, and it's been made difficult by the pressure. It's a good example right there, the pressure that Swope Park's putting on Sacramento.
Pasher to his left foot. Mar. Too much space, too much time for Swope Park here today.
As a player, I always like playing that high line of pressure, because you know what you're doing. You're going out there the whole time. You're thinking, I'm going to step, I'm going to press on everything, rather than the other situations where you have a lower line or a shorter line of confrontation, where it's that thought is more prevalent of when I should go. Should I go here? Should I not go here? But really, it looks like Swope Park's been given the green light, at least their attacking players, to go and press and make it difficult and win the second balls if you're in the midfield. And I think Musa, Christian Duke, those guys have been doing a nice job of collecting those second balls and retaining possession.
Republic was hoping to get out wide here today. We have not seen many crosses from Kiffey and Horde, and especially
it's only come from Horde, by the way. Kiffey, I don't think, has been up on that side, maybe, but maybe once or twice. When we typically see our outside backs 3 or 4 times a half getting themselves involved in the final third in the attack and whipping balls in.
We'll give credit to their wingers who have been able to slow things down. And Nike, an official sponsor of USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And we do have a substitution, so it will be Peter McGlynn, and a player who was out for most of the year with injury, and he will replace Luis Espino. So Espino's night is over. He scored a goal in the win over Real Monarchs a week ago.
It's a very interesting decision here by Paul Buckle and his staff. Only thing I can think of immediately is they might be going to a 3 in the back, and Espino's just the one unfortunate excess fat here, but still interesting to see Espino, one of your better attacking players, being pulled off with 35 minutes to go.
And just the 9th appearance for Peter McGlynn on the season. He had dealt with that knee injury and came in as a right back, but was out for most of the year. Got some playing time toward the end of the season. A good physical, technical player. Can he make a difference here after this match? It saw Swope Park score a goal a minute into the second half.
As this thing's shaking out, looks like they're going to stay with that 4 in the back. Potentially, and maybe just Espino out and Elliott Horde pushes up.
It got Kiffey up as well, so he looks like you do have that 3 in the back there.
Let's see how this settles out here when they don't have the ball, but I think it'd be interesting bringing McGlynn in and taking Espino out nonetheless.
And here is Horde along that right flank, trying to move up, get some space. Sacramento has struggled. Jay Hall getting a little bit of pressure from his right side. Caceres looking to the right side. Here is Horde, a little bit of space, no one making a run. He's gonna have to delay for a moment. Now he'll send a cross in. Chance for Sacramento, and it's just missed by Wilson Nisha. Bajev can't come away with it.
That's too easy by Bajev. You got to bring that ball down and keep it.
McGlynn moving the attack. Republic, a little bit of a different look here. Horde not making the run in time.
And a good ball in the box earlier from Elliot Horde up on that right side. He's had a couple balls in the box today that have been whipped in nicely.
So with the introduction of Peter McGlynn, we've seen James Kiffey and Elliot Horde move much higher up. Will it result in a much needed goal for the Republic? It's been 10 minutes and Swope Park scored their first goal of the game. And Swope Park trying to get that USL Cup loss out of their mouth. They lost 5-1 in the championship game. And it appears that Christian Duke is walking off the turf, a little slight limp as he makes his way to the bench. And a stoppage in play in Kansas City. Maybe he has some blood, and so he's going to have to come off. So maybe
it's like a bloody nose.
So he'll come off for the moment, and then Duke will return to action here. Zendejas will take his time. Ochoa looking for Nisha. Nisha and Ochoa have not been able to connect this afternoon. Out of play it goes, throw for Sacramento. USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world. You can learn more about the USLs, uslsoccer.com, on Twitter @USL. And a handball, Emra Clementa set piece for Swope Park here. They look to add to their 1-goal advantage in which they scored in the 46th minute. Good chance for Tyler Pasher. Sent away by Evan Newton. The follow-up was there for Carlton Belmar, and that's been the difference maker. Switch. They bring it down. And maybe a handball here by the Swope Park Rangers, Sacramento. And offside as the flag went up first. Ochoa goes down. They'll just send it into space. Republic were looking to play quick in this one. They've not been able to follow along with that game plan quite yet. As you mentioned earlier, Kevin, too many touches. Not enough runs being made.
Just too slow, just too lethargic. Like no real urgency yet from Sacramento to get the ball and move it forward and go and get it again. Chance right there for Augie to go forward, goes backwards.
A lot of standing around for the Republic here. Spacing has been an issue as well. Hall goes down. And the mistakes, here's Bajev cleaning things up. Left side, Kiffey. Can Kiffey get something off here? Kiffey denied by Colton Storm, and Colton Storm so far has gotten the better of that battle tonight.
Yeah, Kiffey hasn't really been, like we mentioned earlier, hasn't been involved in the attack much. I think you're going to see right now Kiffey's going to be playing much higher, so hopefully he can get himself involved and serve more balls in the box. See this ball get collected easily by Zendejas.
Here's Pasher again. Peter McGlynn looking to slow him down. Tyler Pasher, just 23 years of age, a Canadian men's national team member. He did sign an MLS contract with Sporting KC in the offseason. And you look at the the Swope Park Rangers side here. You have 6 guys who have signed to MLS contracts, including Musa, Djidic, Zendejas, Oliveira, Belmar, and of course Pasher, as we mentioned. And a huge benefit to have guys come up and down, Kevin. We talked about that with other teams.
Yeah, one of those things Sacramento doesn't have the benefit of this year. The previous couple years, you had the relationship with the Earthquakes. Guys like Tommy Thompson, Adam John coming down really help things out. Sacramento hasn't had that this year. And also interesting, backing up a second, you see Paul Buckle, he's motioning to his guys, play higher, stop coming back so deep to try to get the ball. And hopefully that'll lead to maybe even honestly just skipping out the midfield, hoof a ball up top into that final third and try to collect the second ball and go. Because clearly the first 60 minutes right here, they cannot build out of the back as you got Belmar down there tying his shoe.
Here's a chance, Wilson Nisha. Circling back, looking for a little bit of room here. Elliott Horde. Ochoa back post. This one sent away, and you talked about the 2 names, Tommy Thompson and Adam John. Tommy Thompson getting his start against Vancouver in San Jose's loss. And then Adam John with the winning PK to send Columbus through onto the next round, beating Atlanta in the first round of the playoffs for MLS. So 2 quality players that got significant time here with Sacramento. And with the injuries Sacramento had this year, it would have been key to have some players on MLS rosters come down and for reinforcements. James Kiffey. Lofted, back post, Sacramento. Another opportunity squandered away. The Republic have had very few chances here this afternoon at Children's Mercy Park. They trail by a goal. And while possession may now be even, shots 9-6 in favor of Swope Park. Peter McGlynn. Quick touch here, Republic. Horde's got a little space, uses left foot. Here's Bijev, Bijev with a header, and it's saved by Zendejas.
It's a great ball into the box, and Bijev still too casual in my mind. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to try to nod the thing back across the face of the goal. You got Sammy Ochoa right there. And I'm not sure if he's going for target, Bijev is right here, but still it needs to be nodded back across better. And really the reaction from Bijev, it still looks like non-complacent, like he's okay with that being the end result or the end product of that set or of that play. You want to see the guys be more passionate, be a little upset with that. So it's a great opportunity, a good ball in the box and a good chance for Sacramento to level things, and still just the body language is not there for me in my opinion right now.
Good ball on the left foot from Elliott Horde. 3 good chances for Sacramento tonight. They have not been able to convert. Angled ball from Hall. Finding Horde deep in the corner. Hall, he'll earn a throw.
And Elliott, once again, I'll tell you what, the most consistent player Sacramento has is really the only one that looks dangerous going forward, doing his job, serving balls in the box, doing more than his job, bringing it back on his left, serving balls into the Bijevs. When you need Bijev, you need Ochoa to step up. You need Wilson Nisha to step up. And really only the guy right now, in my opinion, is Elliott Horde, who's doing his job.
Republic have 2 substitutions left. Sporting. KC's high here. Swope Park with an early advantage. Carlton Belmar pushing Emra Clementa down.
Good job by Emra. Good defensive play.
Elliott Horde, 26 years of age, from Fresno, California. In 7 appearances last year, earned a starting role. And Paul Buckle talked about Elliott, and he was replaced, put in from Peter McGlynn. Never felt like Elliott did anything wrong. Want to give some other guys some look and see how the season went along. And so here is a good sign, I think, if you're Sacramento, as Tyler Pasher comes out. The bad part of this whole thing is Nanzal Sabal has 9 goals and 2 assists on the year coming in to replace him. And Sabal is speedy. He's got great touch. A very dangerous player for this Ranger side. Was a substitute in the deep run a year ago. Ball angling forward. Sacramento's having a problem just holding on. And there's a tough tackle, Sammy Ochoa, frustration. And that's going to be a yellow card, the third of the night, second for the Republic.
Yeah, and Sammy's probably pretty lucky here not to get a red, to be honest. That's very late from behind. And you can see Sammy Ochoa wind up here and really commit fully to getting something. Looks like, it might be, in my opinion, that's a bit of frustration right there from Sammy Ochoa.
Belmar is going to be slow to get up, as that happened in the 66th minute.
You see the warning right here.
So each side with 2 substitutions remaining. Belmar has taken a couple licks tonight. Still chance to put down a deposit for the new MLS stadium. Should Republic get the announcement this December. Go to republicfc.com or call 916-307-6100. Let's bring it home. Republic take advantage here. Swope Park fought hard to keep this game in Kansas City. 12 wins when they're at home, just 5 on the road this season. So a big argument for Swope Park, as they definitely felt that there was no reason to go on the road when they were the 4th seed. Back it comes to Christian. Moving with a purpose. We haven't seen a lot of that from Republic tonight.
Still looks too slow, no urgency. They've done really well going backwards to Evan Newton, really well going backwards to Emra. Something needs to change. The urgency, a flip needs to be switched somehow. Sacramento's just playing right into Swope Park's plan here to press out of the back and pick up second balls, as you just saw right there. It's pretty simple for them.
Kiffy, Hall. You see the center backs, you see the defensive midfielders like Musa and Duke and Hernandez coming back, being physical with the Republic. And here's Kiffy, low setting cross in, headed away by the Swope Park Rangers. Belmar along the left touchline. Keeps it in play.
It's a great job by Belmar, just relieving the pressure and just driving the ball, then slowing things down. You keep the possession. You see Belmar back in that final third, working defensively. Good piece of play there by Swope Park.
Colton Storm, 23-year-old from Harrisburg. Great get for the Swope Park side as he learns to develop. Christian Duke now looking for his left foot, will go strike on goal, sends it into the stands. And it remains 1-0. Swope Park Rangers. Carlton Belmar with the difference here, the 46th minute, off of a rebound shot from Tyler Pasher.
Once again, good play right through the spine by Swope Park. Too easy, in my opinion, as well. I think Sacramento needs to track to that ball, put pressure on it quicker. Don't let Christian Duke get his head up.
Bajev looking for Horde. Mar back. Here's a chance for Nishan now. A little bit of space. Stumbles. Augustine Caceres, who's been quiet in this one. Kiffy with a cross, chance for Sacramento. Rebound for Vijev. Vijev nearly squeaked it in and just missing it wide. Sacramento blunders another opportunity, and it remains 1-0 Swope Park here deep into the second half.
Yeah, it's still the body language. It's a great opportunity for Vijev. You got to find target. Falls to your favorite right foot, perfectly set up on a little half volley. A tough ball to hit, if I'm being completely honest, but you got to find a way to hit target. And we talk about beginning of this game, who's going to step up, who's going to be the guy that's going to put this team on their shoulders. And there's an opportunity right there for Vijev to do so and just can't find the target.
Frustrations mounting for the Republic here. Swope Park has played better throughout this match, but Sacramento has had chances.
Well, that's the thing. It's only a 1-goal game, and all it takes is, 3 seconds of play to change this thing quickly. And I like the build-up play from Sacramento on that setup right there to Vijev. Good ball out to James Kiffy. You've seen him getting more involved. Look, there's another great little step there by Moloto. You see that pressure from behind coming a few times here tonight that Sacramento's had trouble dealing with. And once again, it should be pretty easily to be dealt with communication and getting your head up and seeing what's around you. But Sacramento's had big trouble with that today.
When we talk about this is that, while Sacramento has had some chances, there's still plenty of time left. 18 minutes here to play for the Republic.
Plenty of time. You're right. There still needs to be a more urgent sense with Sacramento right now to get the ball moving, get the ball forward, move it side to side. Or even probably, Rob, take a couple more chances. Be a little bit more risky moving forward.
Well, there's no tomorrow if you lose 1-0.
I'm really surprised Paul hasn't gone to the bench yet for one of the strikers.
Fancy footwork, Moloto. Moloto grabbing the neck of Emra Clementa, and he'll be whistled. He's going to say, settle it down, Remy Touchon.
But surprised Paul Buckle hasn't gone to the bench. He's got the firepower on there. Blackwood, Trevin Caesar. We really haven't seen Sammy Ochoa do much in this second half. Same with Wilson Nisha. I haven't seen either of those guys really do too much. Granted, the balls haven't been played up to him, but still something. I'm surprised the change hasn't happened yet.
Well, especially because Paul said he liked the way Trevin's looked. The hamstring seems to be okay now. He was back to the old Trevin Caesar we saw for most of this season. And so can Caesar get into this game? He could have an impact. Belmar getting past McGlynn. Swope Park just taking their time. Not much pressure we've seen from Republic on this side.
Yeah, really. I mean, Swope Park, I agree with you. Not much taking their time. No urgency for them to go out and get the second goal to kill this game. And I think that plays into Sacramento's favor, obviously. But I think if Swope Park, I would be a little bit more aggressive if I was them, or if I was on the sideline managing this. I would tell them to push forward, go and try to get that second goal and take the wind out of Sacramento's sails and kill this game. Because as long as it's a 1-goal game, anything can happen. And level this thing quickly and change the momentum as well. So got to look forward here if you're Sacramento. Get the ball, Jeremy, look forward.
Ochoa shielding to the right side. Elliott Horde subbing the build here. Cross sent in. Wilson Nisha back heel. Bijev at his feet from the 18. Will give it a go. And a save by Zendejas again.
Jev once again in a good spot. Good ball in. Elliott Horde, like that little flick, gets his head up, takes his touch, goes to the right spot. Not the best placement of that shot. You want to obviously see it curled a little bit more to that far post. And a relatively easy save for Zendejas. And you saw the frustration by Bijev. Saw a little animation, which is good to see from these guys getting a little frustrated.
You can start to feel that there's energy, momentum building for Sacramento.
That's what I'm saying. If you're Swope Park right now, you've got to be thinking, I got to go out and try to get another goal here to put this thing out of their reach, because it takes something really quickly. It looks like we see some activity on the bench, which we spoke about, Rob, for Sacramento.
And it looks like Tyler Blackwood is getting ready. Clementa looking for a through ball. Last chance for Wilson Nisha potentially.
This is stop playing out of that. At this point, just start lumping the ball forward. I hate to say it. Start lumping the ball forward a little bit. Go and pick up second balls up in that final third and see what happens.
And out of play, Peter McGlynn will send it, and it'll give an opportunity for Sacramento to make a substitution. And here it is. Tyler Blackwood, 6 goals, 3 assists on the year. As soft season signing from Arizona United, he will replace his countryman, Wilson Nisha. So Tyler Blackwood, who adds a lot of pace when he gets out on open field, he can be dangerous. What do you like from number 17 and what he can possibly do in the last 14 minutes?
Yeah, the counterattacks, I think he's absolutely deadly. Gets the ball out in front of him and can run with the best of them with the ball at his feet. But my concern right now is he going to be able to get the ball in front of him? When it's at his feet and he's trying to build out, it's not the most dangerous, deadly guy. So I want to see Sacramento figure out a way to get him in behind the back four so he can utilize his pace and stretch the field and make it difficult for Swope Park to maybe start thinking more defensively, as they really haven't needed to, as we really haven't challenged that back four much this game today.
Well, and give a lot of credit to Amir Djidic and Dakota Barnanthan, who have been able to thwart any attack from the Republic. But Sacramento has had chances. We've seen a couple of them here by Jan Bijev late in the second half. Not able to get one to go through. Emra Clementa pushing forward. Anticipation building for Sacramento, as their season will come to a close if they're not able to put one in the back of the net in the final 13 here. Republic working into the sun. Christian. McGlynn. And the Republic.
6 passes in a row through your 3 defensive players. And here's another one, 7 going backwards. There's got to be a way for them to go forward. 8 going backwards. Just lump it up there, win the second ball.
Clementa. Chance for Ochoa. Sent it to Blackwood initially. Blackwood does have some height. His best asset is his space. Giffey, very good on the dribble. Blackwood can't get to it before Colton Storm is there, and it's going to be off of the Swope Park Rangers, and a good throw and opportunity here for Sacramento. And they throw it all the way backward. It's been the theme here tonight, this afternoon at Children's Mercy Park. Bijev in the middle of the park where he can be so good. This is where he distributes well. James Kiffey, left foot, cross, kept on the deck, broken up by Christian Duke. Christian looking for some space. Here's Hall. He's deep into the area. McGlynn. Too many touches, and that's been
eight touches by McGlynn there. He's got plenty of guys in the box. He's got plenty of opportunities or options. Still too slow. We got 10 minutes or so to go here. It needs to be more urgency.
Here's McGlynn, a little bit of space. Trying to work the triangle there, but Bijev was right in the neighborhood, and it's a little bit tough for spacing for Sacramento-wise. Here's Christian.
So now they're set up well. You got the ability for them to, hopefully Sporting's just gonna, or excuse me, Swope Park's just gonna start lumping the ball out, win the second balls, and bring it back in.
Kiffey trying to stay on his feet.
He's on an island out there too. There's no support for him.
Ochoa able to somehow find it. Shielding, looking for a teammate. Tries to send a hard cross in to Tyler Blackwood, and finding Elliott Horde. Sacramento's pressure starting to come. Can they mount a comeback? Clementa's got a lot of space here.
With patience.
Sacramento, their best of form in the last 3 minutes. McGlynn will try to switch the field. Finding Kiffey. Kiffey looking to go frontward. Good defending again. Colton Storm has won that battle out on that right flank.
Free header.
Christian sticks it, but it's out of play. Nike, the official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. 81 minutes in the books here at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City. Swope Park, the number 4 seed, looking to hang on for the final 10 minutes as they will earn their 2nd consecutive trip to the Western Conference Finals. Sacramento trying to find a goal late here to even things up, to push it to extra time. Kiffey moving forward. Left side. Blackwood. Republic continue to try to build from the back. Horde finding McGlynn. Very good on this right side. Has a little bit of an angle. Is going to try to chip one in. Easy play for Zendejas as he goes down.
Yeah, good build up by Sacramento. I'd like to see that combination play between those two guys out there. Ball needs to be a little bit better, though. The final pass.
Ochoa's waiting on the run.
There's a lot of standing around still, especially considering there's only 10 minutes or so to go in this game. Sacramento needs to pick things up.
Sacramento does have one more substitution. How will Paul use it? And we'll have a bit of a stoppage here, and it will allow for that substitution to occur. And so for the 2nd straight match, it'll be Lemon Suma to come in during a playoff match. Very limited time for the Republic all season long. With a 22-year-old who spent last season with the American Soccer League, the Philadelphia Fury, now comes in for Augustine Caceres. Substitution brought to you by Jiffy Lube.
Interesting decision. No Trev coming in, no Trevin Caesar. Buckle elects to go with Suma, and to be fair, Suma looked pretty good last week when he did come in. Let's see how he can impact this. Go around, be a pest to deal with. Hopefully inject a little bit of energy and some firepower going forward.
Well, straight midfield swap here. Felipe Hernandez. Night is over. Kuzan, the 19-year-old from Missouri, Sporting KC Academy player, to come in late in this one. Republic down by a goal to Swope Park as the Rangers look to make it 5-0 at home. In the USL playoffs, the first game, they were able to take down Phoenix in penalty kicks. Looking to get the job done in 90 minutes here against the Republic.
Let's see how well Swope Park can kill this game off, too. I think they're letting Sacramento back into this game a little bit and could be a little better killing the game, relieving pressure.
Here's a chance. Sabal with the shot. Saved by Evan Newton. Would have put the game away. Nanzal Sabal, who has been absolutely deadly for this Swope Park team as a substitute, nearly made it 2-0. Another chance here, and it nearly goes in. And as it goes to the right side, and dealing with that son, Evan Newton, and Swope Park knows it.
This spot's a move. Here's the first one. So Bull does a good job, finds some space, has an absolute crack. Evan Newton answers the call. See some movement on this ball here. Dips, just misses.
I don't even know how Evan Newton could see that coming.
Kuzan comes in, says, why not? Let's have a go.
So Kuzan's first touch. It's a shot on goal. Signed the USL contract in July. From the academy, they believe he is going to be a big-time player for this USL side in 2018.
I don't know what we're waiting for here.
And Christian.
I'll go back to my tactics right now. Just hoof it forward, go win the ball. We have no success trying to build out of the back for the last 85 minutes, and yet we continue to try to do so.
Lemon Suma's first touch of the evening. Ball for the switch, held into the box, looking for an opportunity. Sacramento's Blackwood is there.
If Ochoa's not laying on the ground right there, I think Blackwood's got a good chance to run onto that and have a strike.
Ochoa may have been trying to draw a foul late in this one. It's going to take a lot for Remy Touchon to blow a whistle now. Looking for Suma, easy pickings for Swope Park Rangers. Suma again. See what he can do in the midfield here. Quick touch. Good idea, just the run not there quite in time from James Kiffey.
Yeah, you got to look here. See Ochoa trying to battle, bring it back in. Comes down, a good ball back. I like the decision by Horde for that trailing run by Blackwood.
Border section for the Swope Park side. Increasing louder, they taste victory just a few minutes away. Can Sacramento find one more good opportunity before 90 minutes is over? Probably be a minute or two added.
And there's going to be a chance, Rob. I remember when I was playing, there's always your coach would always talk about there's going to be one more chance. There's 5-10 minutes left. There's going to be a chance when you're pressing, you're stepping, you're taking chances. You got to believe that, and you got to think to yourself, that chance comes to me, I'm going to be the one that takes it.
Here's Elliott Horde. Can he get a good opportunity? Blackwood was making the run. Good defending along that left side. Parker Marr. Kiffey, Clementa now. Horde pressuring. An outstanding job by the left and right back, Colton Storm and Parker Marr today for Swope Park. Duke building, Sabal offside.
Yeah, Duke should have taken another touch or two right there. Try to commit one of Sacramento's defenders. It's fortunate for Sacramento as Duke does try to go play it early.
Zendejas with 8 clean sheets in this 2017 season. He's 2 minutes away and maybe some few minutes of extra time from getting his 9th. Blackwood popping it high, looking for Ochoa. Public have got to move forward.
So every third pass seems to go backwards. I mean, you're in the 89th minute right now, and these guys should know this, that you can't score from your own third or your own half. You got to get the ball in that final third.
Horde, Clementa, 3 right backs in for Sacramento. When you look position-wise, Horde with a cross. Bijev. Throw for Republic.
A lot of standing around still. You got 4 guys on the opposite side of the field just waiting for somebody else to do something.
Hall. Keeps it low. Duke. And luckily to get a call fall there.
Real fortunate for Sacramento. This is a decent opportunity, a decent chance.
Kevin, I think Sacramento got a gift here.
Comes in a little bit late. Don't know if there's any contact.
I don't think there was. Either way, the Republic now with a chance. I like Bijev over this one myself, but you have...
Yeah, Chris Christian putting the ball down. 9 times out of 10, it's whoever puts the ball down is going to be the one that's striking it. Surprised we're not seeing Clementa on this. This is, I think, a really good angle for a right-footed player like Emra.
Can Sacramento put one here in the final moments? They trail by a goal.
It's like Bijev stepping up over it, too. Got to follow this thing up, follow the ball up.
It's going to be Christian.
I don't really know what else to say on that one, other than just poor technique. Heavy legs in the 90th minute. Don't know why Emra's not standing over it, to be honest.
Three minutes of stoppage time here, so still an opportunity for Sacramento. This is not over quite yet for Republic. Swope Park, though, will do all they can to kill this one out. Pressure still coming from the Swope Park Rangers. Sacramento doesn't have much time to think about doing something slow. They've got to continue to move, and another foul out in the open field, and Bijev goes down, and Sacramento has another chance here, but a little bit further away, and Bijev comes up holding his left arm.
Musa there. I think Musa makes a mistake. Bijev's got the position on him. And I think 9 times out of 10 that ball is going to be called a defensive foul right there simply because of where Musa came from. Looked like it was relatively shoulder to shoulder, to be honest. But still, Sacramento, I don't know why they're taking so much time here. Get the ball moving. Get your guys up in the box. Bring Evan Newton up here. It's just that urgency doesn't seem like it's there. I mean, you know, the desire to come out here and try to get this goal doesn't seem present.
James Kiffey, 6 assists in the regular season. A 7th here would be massive for the Republic. Here they are in Children's Mercy Park, the home of Sporting KC, the site of Swope Park Rangers home this afternoon. Can the Republic make something big here? Kiffey wins it in. And there's going to be a foul called against the Republic.
A really late call, too. Gidich is going down.
And with that, seconds continue to tick away for the Republic, and their season could come to an end. Swope Park Rangers moments away from victory. Can Sacramento give one last golden effort? Bijev, and that is it. The Republic are headed home. The Swope Park Rangers are heading on to the Western Conference Finals for the 2nd consecutive year. A hard-fought battle. The Republic had chances, could not make it go. Swope Park, a big follow-up from Carlton Belmar, and it would be the difference in this one as they lead at the end of this one. It'll be over. 1-0 Rangers over the Republic. Well,
it was the perfect Halloween until things got scary. Never trick or treat on an empty stomach. Home bake a large Papa Murphy's Jack-o'-lantern pizza for just $8. It's the perfect way to keep everybody happy, even little monsters. Papa Murphy's, love at 425 degrees.
Here we are, our eyes wide open. We see the road ahead. We're part of something bigger. We're the dreamers, the heroes, the ones who change our communities, build our cities, are passionate about compassion. There are more like you here than unlike you. So take hold and see yourself in the present. See that vision unfold among others. Redefine the possible. Redefine you.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
For the season for the Sacramento Republic, not able to get on the board here, and it's a celebratory afternoon for the Swope Park Rangers fans. Let's take a look at our final highlights, brought to you by NorCal Honda Dealers. And Kevin, early on, each team with chances here as it would be Swope Park. The set pieces, they look good. Gedic, which the first good look, nearly made it 1-0 in the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, good look right here. Gedic using his height, just getting over Chris Christian. 6 inches different, that ball's in the back of the net. And a good play here early by Sacramento down that right flank. I think Elliott Horde had a really good game tonight on that right side. And a good look right now with a great run by Wilson Nishaw.
Tough angle for Nishaw here, and that was one of the tougher opportunities. But again, that back line front of them there, coming up big time and time again. And then here, another good look. Pasher able to make something happen and didn't even get a good strike on it, but time and time again, they've seen it this year. Carlton Belmar, his 15th goal on the season.
Yeah, pretty unlucky if you're Evan Newton, to be honest. Trying to parry that thing away, goes right into the path of Carlton Belmar. And good for him, being in the right place at the right time, his striker's goal. And the rest was a battle uphill for Sacramento from then on, and really had another good look from Pasher right here. This is right after that goal, too. I think Pasher should do a lot better here to find that far post.
Sacramento would not be done yet. It was Bijev late with a header. Just couldn't get the angle he was hoping for, maybe targeting Ochoa there. And
it's a great ball in. It's a great ball in by Elliott Horde on the weaker left foot, too. And I think Bijev's got to do better to knot it across the face of the goal to try to find a teammate. And here's Bijev, even a better opportunity right there.
That was the one, to me, that sealed it for the Republic's fate.
And I mean, you dream of that ball bouncing to you at night when your head's get hit in the pillow, just bouncing perfectly, trying to pick it up off that half volley, and just misses the strike. And here he is, Bijev again. Good setup touch, good big touch in front of him. Not enough curl, doesn't find that corner. But you can't say Sacramento didn't have their chances in the second half, or the first half for that matter.
Well, as we take a look at our final stats here, is Sacramento loses 1-0 this match. For how poorly we think the Republic played here, losing by only a goal means you had plenty of chances even to escape with a win here tonight, and you didn't play your best game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you had the Sammy Ochoa early in the first half should have been a goal. You had a couple other opportunities in the second half that probably should have been dealt with a little bit cleaner, a little nicer by Sacramento. So there's 2 or 3 really good opportunities. If you look at what Swope Park did, they had 2 or 3 really good opportunities. They capitalized on one of them. So we talked early in the game, it's about finishing your chances. Sacramento didn't do that today. Swope Park did. Swope Park wins 1-0.
Let's take a look at our Papa Murphy's man of the match here, and not going to be a joyous celebration whatsoever for Elliott Horde, but of the 11, he was by far the most consistent and determined to try to make something happen here tonight.
And today, I think he was the one guy that really encapsulated the mentality that I wanted to see. It looked like he was the one guy who's urgent going forward, trying to make things happen. And I also want to give Elliott a shout out for what he's done this season, the most consistent player in my book. And unfortunate to go home with a loss here tonight, but still good play by Elliott Horde.
Well, so Swope Park will now await the winner between San Antonio and Oklahoma City Energy. Should be a great battle coming up at 5 o'clock. Louisville, Rochester, another good one. And then the New York Red Bulls, too. They continue to fight on, trying to defend their title. Those are all coming up later on today. So a great season for Sacramento. Did not end the way I think many had hoped, that they did get that big upset in the first round. And we just want to thank all of the fans for coming out each and every week and supporting this club. And next weekend, multiple players will be at the team store for a final visit with fans before they head home for the off season. And also, just a reminder, Sacramento will host a event only for season ticket holders. That will be on Monday, October 30th. So make sure you check your email for details. I want to thank our entire crew behind the scenes for this one. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. We'll see you in 2018 as Sacramento falls in the second round of the playoffs, 1-0 to the Swope Park Rangers. It's been a fun season, but not the way it ended. 2018, a lot more opportunities still await for this team, and so much in the offseason could come as well. We'll see you next year. We appreciate you tuning in all season long. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you in 2018.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.